Sairam students, I welcome all of you once again. Today we are going to start with the new lesson. Before starting with the new lesson, I would like to discuss something with you. Like nowadays we all are traveling with the different type of the vehicles. Am I right? So if you observed all type of vehicle like scooty, Activa, bikes, truck, tempo, car, etc., then you must have noticed one thing that all these type of the vehicles have got different shape and structure. Am I right? So even here in this picture I have displayed one four wheeler. So even this particular vehicle has different shape and structure. So can you tell me that how this vehicle got this shape and this structure? There must be something which is present inside that vehicle, and that something is providing shape and support to this vehicle. So what is that something which is present in this vehicle? And because of that, this vehicle, it is very hard, it is very rigid, and it is providing support to this vehicle. Can you guess what would be present inside this vehicle? Yes, your guess is absolutely right over here. So you can see that here in this picture, this vehicle has certain metal rods. So these metal rods are present inside the vehicle, which are providing shape and structure to this vehicle. So because of these metal rod which are present inside the vehicle, they got particular shape, they got support, and they are rigid also. That means they are very hard also. Exactly in the same manner, students, now I have one question that if vehicles are getting particular shape because of the metal rod, then how our body is getting shape? There must be something which is present inside our body, and because of that our body has got particular shape and structure. So what would be present inside our body? So because of that we are able to walk properly, our body is upright. Am I right over here? So there is something which is providing protection to our soft organ, like for example soft organ, brain, lungs, heart. They are the soft organs which are present inside our body, and they are very delicate. Delicate means what? They are very soft, so they might get damaged. So there is something which is present inside our body, and that is providing particular shape, structure, and that is providing support to our body. So now can you guess what is present inside our body? Yes, your guesses are absolutely right. So in our body you can see that the bones are present. So these bones which are present in our body, they are providing shape to our body. So whatever shape we have got, that is just because of the shape of the bones. Understood? And there are many type of the bones which are present in our body. So when all these bones comes together, they form the skeletal system. So head to toe, there are many variety of the bones which are present in our body. So all these bones, when they comes together and they perform one particular function, we call them as what? Skeletal system. Understood? And on bones, as you can see that the muscles are embedded, and here you can see that on the outer surface of body, here it is one layer. So this layer which we can see on the outer surface, it is called as what? Skin. Okay, so students, isn't it interesting? Today we are going to learn about something which is related to our body. So here in this chapter which we are going to start today, we are going to learn about our skeletal system and about the skin. So this is our new lesson, lesson number 8, that is our skeletal system and the skin. So here in this chapter, we are going to learn about what are the functions of the bone, how bones are made up of, what are the different type of the bones which are present in our body, how the skin is made up of, what is the role of the skin in our body. So all these things we are going to learn in this topic step by step. Okay, so let's learn about our body first of all. Okay, so students, first of all, let's learn about what do you mean by the skeletal system. Skeletal system, it is something which is providing definite shape to our body. So because of this skeletal, we have got one particular shape. If you have seen the fish bones, so fish bone, they are representing the fish shape. Am I right? So different type of the animals have different shape of the bones as well. So our body shape, it is decided by the shape of the bones which are present inside our body. And what is the other function of the bone? Bones are providing support. Okay, and because of the support system, we are able to walk properly, run properly, and we are able to even sit properly. Okay, and most importantly, this skeletal system, it is providing protection to the delicate organ which is present inside the body. What do you mean by delicate organ? I just told you, delicate organ means what? Soft organ. The soft organ, they are very important for our proper body functioning, and this skeletal system, they are providing support and they are providing protection. So what is the meaning of skeletal system? Can you repeat the definition after me? So kindly repeat the definition after me. The system which gives a definite shape to the body, which provides support and protects the delicate organs inside the body, it is called as what? Skeletal system. Okay, and most importantly, on the skeletal system, the outermost covering of the body, it is called as what? Skin. So whatever present inside body, we are not able to see that, that is a skeletal system which is very hard. Okay, and the outer part of the body which we can see very easily, that is called as what? Skin. Understood? Now you must have understood what do you mean by skeletal system and what do you mean by skin. Okay, and do you know that, student, surprisingly, there are total 300 bones which are present inside the child. Can you imagine 300? So these many bones are present inside the child, but when the child converts into the adult, that time these small bones fuse together, and later on in the adulthood, the number of bones decreases. So number of bones in the adults are total 206. So 206 bones are present inside the adults, and in the child total 206 bones are, sorry, in child total 300 bones are present. Understood? So these are the differences which are present inside the bones. Okay, have you ever thought that these many bones would be present inside our body? No, nobody have thought about it, right? So these are the number of bones which are present inside our body. Got it? And one more thing, are bones are alive? That is my question over here. Yes, have you ever thought that bones are alive or not? Of course, bones are alive. Why bones are alive, students? Because as we have learned that all living cells, all living organism, they are made up of cell. Am I right? So if all living organism, they are made up of cell, then of course the bones are also made up of cells. There are many variety of the cell which are present inside the bone. Like our body is growing from childhood to adulthood, right? So the growth of our body, it is occurring just because of the growth of the bone. So growth of the bone, that is telling us that bone cells are living. Okay, and in science, students, please do remember that henceforth we are going to use the word called as what? Biotic. So whenever I will say living thing or whenever I will say biotic thing, then you should understand that you have to understand that I am speaking about the living thing. So what is biotic? Biotic means what? Living thing. Biotic means what? Living thing. So bone cells are living. That means they are biotic in nature as they are living. Understood? So bones which are present in our body, although they are very hard, they are living. Got it? And now you must be thinking that apart from these bone cells, what are the different components which are present inside the bones? So that might be the question which is in your mind. Am I right? So the bones are basically made up of two constituents. That is biotic component and the abiotic component. I just told you about what do you mean by biotic component. Biotic component means what? Living thing. So whatever living thing it is there, In the nature, we call it as what? Biotic. And whatever non-living thing is there, it is called as what? Abiotic. So abiotic, it is a non-living thing, and the biotic is the living thing. So now you must be thinking, we learnt about biotic component, they are the bone cell. Then what are the different component of the abiotic component? So abiotic component which are present inside the bones, they are calcium carbonate, calcium phosphate, minerals and the salts. So calcium carbonate, calcium phosphate, minerals, salt, even they are present in our teeth as well, and they are present in our bones as well. And because of them our teeth are very strong, and because of them our bones are very strong. Understood? And mainly the hardness of our bones, it is just because of the calcium. So that's why students always remember that we need to eat the food which are rich in the calcium. We need to drink milk as it is rich in the calcium. We need to have the different type of the milk product as well. Because why? The calcium, it is important for the strength of our bones. Okay, if your bones becomes weak, then you will become weak. So that's why the calcium, it is very very important component of our diet. Got it now what I told you? So the bones are basically made up of two constituent, abiotic and biotic. Biotic things are bone cells, and abiotic constituents are calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate, minerals and the salt. And who provides strength to the bones? Calcium. So the calcium provides strength to our bones. Understood now? Now let's see that what are the different functions of the bones which are present in our body. So we'll speak about, as you know that the bones are very hard, the bones are not flexible, they are not easily flexible, no. Like you stretch the rubber band can be stretched very easily in any direction. So in the same manner we cannot stretch our bones in any direction, because why? They are not flexible, they are not that much flexible. Understood? So the bones are very hard, they are very flexible. Now let's see what are the different functions of the bones. So there are many different functions of the bones. First of all, we just spoke about the they are very hard, they are not that much flexible, and most importantly I told you that these bones are providing protection to our soft organ. So what are the soft organ which are present inside our body? Brain, heart and lungs. So these are the soft organ which are present in our body, and these soft organs are getting protection from this skeletal system which is present inside our body. Okay, so this is a function of the bone, and most importantly because of the skeleton we are able to move from one place to the another place. So whatever body movement we are having right now, that is just because of this skeleton. Just imagine students, our body without bones, how would we look like? Our condition would be exactly similar to the cloth in the hanger. Are you getting my point? So just imagine that our body without bones, it would be exactly similar to clothes, no? So that means what? The bones are giving proper shape to our body, and they, because of the bones we are able to do all type of the movements right now. Got it now? So students, let's revise once again what we have learned today. We learned that there are mainly 300 bones which are present inside the child, and in the adulthood the number of bone decreases and 206 bones are present inside the adult. Okay, and what is the function of the bones? We have just discussed here right now. The bones are responsible for providing shape and support to the body. These bones are able to protect the internal organs which are brain, heart and lungs, etc. And these bones help us in the body movement as well. And one more important thing we had learned, that the bones are living, because the cells which are present inside the bones, they are also living. So hardness of the bone, it is just because of what? Calcium. Understood? And apart from calcium, calcium carbonate, calcium phosphate, minerals and salt, all these abiotic components are present inside the bones. Okay, so students, I hope so that you understood whatever we have learned today. So this topic is very interesting, In the next lecture, we will discuss about the types of the bones, its shape and structure, etc. Okay, so we will see you in the next lecture. Bye bye, take care.